Join me as I take on the challenge of finding happiness in the simplest things in life. Can I discover joy in everyday moments? I believe that happiness is something that we all strive for, but often, we get caught up in trying to find it in all the wrong places. We think that if we just get that new job, or buy that new car, or reach a certain milestone, we'll finally be happy. But the truth is, happiness is often right in front of us, hiding in the simple pleasures of life. We're living in a world where we're constantly bombarded with messages telling us that we need the latest gadget, the trendiest clothing, and the most luxurious vacations to be happy. We're made to believe that the more we have, the happier we'll be. But I know that's not true. I've seen people with all the material possessions in the world, and yet, they're still unhappy. They're still searching for that sense of fulfillment, that sense of joy. I think that's because we've lost sight of what truly makes us happy. We've forgotten that happiness can be found in a beautiful sunset, in a good cup of coffee, in a quiet moment of reflection. We've forgotten that happiness can be found in the simple pleasures of life. I know I've fallen into this trap before. I've thought that if I just worked harder, earned more money, and bought more things, I'd be happy. But the truth is, it's never enough. There's always something more to strive for, something more to buy. And in the end, we're left feeling empty, unfulfilled. I've also seen people who have very little, and yet, they're some of the happiest people I've met. They've learned to find joy in the simple things, to appreciate the beauty in the everyday moments. And that's what I want to explore today. How can we find happiness in life's simple pleasures? One of the things that brings me the most joy is going for a walk in nature. There's something about being surrounded by trees, feeling the sun on my skin, and listening to the birds singing that just makes me feel alive. It's a reminder that there's so much beauty in the world, and I don't need to go far to find it. I can find it right outside my door. Cooking is another simple pleasure that brings me joy. I love trying out new recipes, experimenting with new flavors, and creating something from scratch. It's a way for me to express my creativity, to relax, and to nourish my body. And the best part is, I don't need to be a great cook to enjoy it, I just need to enjoy the process. Spending time with loved ones is also a simple pleasure that brings me joy. Whether it's having a conversation over coffee, going for a walk together, or just sitting in silence, it's a reminder that I'm not alone, that I have people who care about me. And that's a feeling that's hard to put into words, but it's one of the most valuable things in life. For me, one of the most transformative moments was when I started taking time to appreciate the little things. I used to be so focused on achieving my goals, on making progress, that I forgot to enjoy the journey. I forgot to appreciate the small victories, the little moments of joy that made life worth living. But when I started to focus on those things, when I started to appreciate the beauty in the everyday, that's when I started to feel truly happy. I realized that happiness isn't something that I can achieve, it's something that I can experience in every moment. It's not something that I need to wait for, it's something that I can choose right now. And that's a powerful realization, because it means that I have the power to choose happiness, no matter what's going on in my life. In conclusion, I want to leave you with the idea that happiness is not something that you need to strive for, it's something that you can experience in every moment, if you just look for it in the right places. It's in the simple pleasures of life, in the beauty of nature, in the joy of cooking, in the love of our relationships. So, I encourage you to take some time to appreciate the little things, to find joy in the everyday moments. And if you have a simple pleasure that brings you joy, I'd love to hear about it in the comments below. What's something that makes you happy, that brings you joy in the everyday moments? Share it with me, and let's continue this conversation. And if you want to explore more about happiness and well-being, be sure to check out my other videos.